Hello and welcome to this week's tarot reading for all earth signs. I hope this finds you well. I trust that you'll use your own intuition as your primary instrument of resonance, leave behind what does not reverberate. Tarot does not tell the future. The only thing that determines your future is how you reflect and respond to the messages herein. Now, this is an earth reading, and this is my first reading back for quite some time. So thank you to all the earth signs for kicking this off for me. I feel very stable, very grounded. And I see here in this reading, quite literally, the Taurus card has come up. So if you're a Taurus, or you know a Taurus, or you're communicating with a Taurus, or there's a Taurus in your life that you, are dealing with or communicating with, this might be more so for you. But of course, Taurus is also stability. It's pushing forward. It's doing what needs to be done, but it's also enjoying, right? It's very much so enjoying. And I'm kind of seeing here, I have the Ace of Swords and the Lover's card here. And the Ace of Swords in this card, he's holding this key. And I just feel like there's some sort of present, some sort of gift that you may be thinking of giving to somebody that you love. It doesn't have to be romantic. It could be your family. It could be the keys to a house, key to a car. It could be, again, the key to your heart. I'm just seeing a sort of gift that is being given, and it's definitely coming from the heart center. And yeah, this gift giving or giving the key or whatever that may be is it's coming to you very easily, even though what you're kind of going through with the rest of these cards is quite difficult or maybe difficult, or you're getting out of this difficulty. But I have here the recognized divine timing. I have the Eight of Swords, the Seven of Cups, the Five of Cups, the Queen of Swords, the Death card in reverse, and the King of Pentacles. And what I'm seeing here is that you may have just come out of, or you are starting to emerge from this kind of like difficult or restrictive situation. And the restrictions, I feel, I feel as though these restrictions were like self-imposed. And this actually might have something to do with this gift or, connecting, the lovers here connecting, where you had all these restrictions on yourself and you just, maybe you saw somebody else or you saw something else that was just so joyous and filled with so much like heart space energy that you were just like, you know what, I want that and I want to do that, or I want to experience that, or I want to give that. And right now I've just made all these rules for myself and I don't want that anymore. I want more options, I want more freedom, I want more expression. And I'm seeing that with the Seven of Cups here, is that you realize that there's such a big world of opportunity. There's so many experiences, there's so many ways to do things, and these self-imposed restrictions, you're you're just kind of like done with them. You're like, why am I doing this? This is so bizarre. And maybe that was a gift given to you, right? Maybe somebody that you love came up to you and said, "Yay, here's the key, man. Like, let yourself out. Let yourself free." And yeah, you're really taking that in your stride, especially with the Death card in reverse here. It's kind of like this is coming to an end. This restriction, this binding, this like mental sort of prison that is stopping you from experiencing like all these pleasurable things, all these unknown things too, with the Seven of Cups here. And with the Five of Cups in reverse, it's letting go of that fear of disappointment. that fear of it's kind of like I'm getting like the devil you know and the devil you don't, where you've just been so bound up in that the devil I know sort of mentality. It's like it's safe here. And it just got to a point of like, yeah, being uncomfortable. And now you have to like, I'm feeling like maybe even like a little bit of grief or not shame, but like regret. Or it's like, oh my God, I like kept myself all bound up and I should have done all of these things. And that's part of the natural process of this. When you come to realize that you've done it to yourself, and there's that like maybe anger that you have with yourself. And I'm not saying don't feel it, but don't let that energy keep you for too long. Because really, the Five of Cups, and then you're progressing to the Seven of Cups, you're progressing to all of these like wondrous things, all of these experiences, sensations, pleasurable activities, or yeah. So it's definitely there, and I feel like it's like the the question, or not the question, but like oh my gosh, I spent so much time. Is that divine timing card where it's like, yes, you may have spent all that time in that mental prison, but you weren't ready. You weren't ready to make the change. You weren't ready to be open. You didn't have the information. You didn't have the outlook. You didn't have this perspective. So of course, how else would you make this change until you're ready, until you're exposed to the answer, until you're given the key or until you find the key? And what's funny about yeah, on this Ace of Swords card is that the key actually unlocks his mind. He has like it looks like a snail shell on his head, but I'm pretty sure it's like a rat. No, I think it's a snail shell. And the key like unlocks the snail shell on the head. So it's like you are unlocking your potential. You're freeing yourself essentially. And yeah, it enables you to feel more pleasure, have more experiences. And with the King of Pentacles here, you just have this increased richness, this increased wealth, because you're no longer restricting yourself. You're no longer restricting your experience. And so, like, I'm not going to say it's going to be easy, but it has definitely been difficult for you. And now with this new perspective, new outlook, especially with the Queen of Swords. She's sitting on top in this card. She's sitting on top of a hot air balloon and she has this big, long telescope. So not only does she have like a perspective, but she also has long-term vision. It's like now when you make this decision or you realize what you can do, you now have like a compelling future and you have a different perspective, which is super helpful. And yeah, it just opens you up to a wealth of experience and even a wealth of emotions, right? I kind of alluded to that grief or the regret. And that's also the Seven of Cups, right? It's all these different emotions that are now coming up because you're no longer stuck in a mental cage or mental prison. You're now like freeing yourself. And of course, all these emotions will come up. But yeah, it's definitely, I'm still seeing, even though all of this is kind of happening, I'm still seeing you giving a gift or passing this on to somebody else, passing this knowledge, passing this joy that you're experiencing on to somebody else. Because when you have so much free energy. When you have so much joy and pleasure, you can't help but want to give it or express it. And yeah, definitely with the Ace of Swords and the Lovers here, it's like, okay, I've now freed up my mental bandwidth. Now I can actually be here, enjoy, commune, and feel you, see you, touch you, be with you, because I'm not so bound in myself in the Seven of Swords there. And yeah, Taurus is this slow energy. And coming back to that divine timing, it's like maybe this is a slow process and it's okay. It's okay if you just take the tiniest little steps, step, 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 tiny little steps. It's okay. Because again, it's all happening in divine timing. And as you take the steps, you're going down the path. And as you go down the path, you're going to meet people, realize things, you're going to process things, and you're really only given as much as you can handle. So that divine timing, again, just thank the process, thank the experience. And yeah, when you want to express the joy, or when you want to give, give. When you want to receive, receive. And yeah, the Taurus is a very romantic sign as well. The moon is exalted there. It's romanticism, it is pleasure, it is just getting lost in the world, essentially. You know, getting lost in the emotions and in the senses, and yeah, all that pleasure that is available to you will become more and more steady, more and more enduring. So that's kind of what I'm seeing here with these cards. Yeah, and I just picked the Two of Cups here as well. So it's definitely like sharing, definitely being able to show up with somebody else, or participate, or even share the experience with somebody else, share what's going on. Yeah. And I just picked up another card because I can't help myself, but the Eight of Swords has come up again in a different deck. And this is a person sitting inside a bird cage, an angel, actually. Looks like an angel sitting inside a bird cage, and the top of the cage is just popped off and the wings are spread. So it's like all you have to do is make the choice. All you have to do is start moving, start flapping your wings, start moving forward. And yeah, I'm definitely seeing the support there. You know, the Lovers card, they're hugging, the Two of Cups, they're hugging. You definitely have support to, yeah, do these things. And the more that you do it, the more stability comes. And I think I already said that, but I just want to hit that home with that Taurus card here. The more that you step forward, the more stability comes, and the more opportunity, the more resources, the more connections I'm seeing here that come. Yeah, the Seven of Cups, so many things. A head, a snake, a mystery, memento mori, you know, all, a dragon, some jewels, a castle. You know, it's adventure, and it's so many things that may be overwhelming. So many choices, so many options, so many ways of being and going. And yeah, I definitely would bring up the Five of Cups again as like if you pick one of those options or those choices and then you feel regret or loss for not picking the other six, well, that's going to pull you out of the experience that you're having with that path that you've taken. So just keep plodding forward like a Taurus, plodding forward, stable and secure. And you never know, that path might actually come back around onto that main path again. And then you get to choose all over again. You might come at another crossroads. You might come up against three paths in front of you, and you get to have that wonderful choice again. But definitely see the first choice or the first thing to the end, or see to where it goes. And then from there, you can only choose again. So, yeah, that is the reading for Taurus. Thank you so much for being my first one back. And yeah, that's the reading. So, I hope you enjoyed it and thanks for listening. Bye bye.